Got a lot of single ladies here who, they're having a single summer and they need some advice from you.
I don't know if I'm the best person to give advice, because my advice is just learn a skill or develop a hobby and do not waste your energy on boys.
Honestly,
all they're gonna do is drain you. Just move on. Invest in yourself.
We've got a lot of single ladies
You
here.
can pause it. So that's it. Not much there, but she does say that they'll just waste your time and drain you, men. Do you think that there would be an uproar if a male of her status were to say the same thing, but just swap the? No, I don't think if Ryan Gosling were to say, what was the first thing she said? Nick, just pull it up one more time. What was the first thing she said? If Ryan Gosling would go on an interview and say,
who, they're having a single summer and they need some advice from you.
I don't know if I'm the best person to give advice, because my advice is just learn a skill or develop a hobby and do not waste your energy on boys.
do not waste your energy.
All they're gonna do is drain you.
So if Ryan Gosling,
I don't think that was bad.
Huh?
This is advice that men give to other men. Don't waste your time on business. Make sure you develop a hobby, go find a job, work yourself, be worth something. Don't waste your time on business.
Yeah, but that's because of the value difference, right?
Oh, so now there's a justification.
I believe she's saying that
there is
people are going to come.
Well, wait. There is a justification for it.
Standard here.
There's no double standard.
Okay.
Because I don't ascribe to the fact your egalitarian worldview of equality.
Right.
So let's throw in that
so in
there
that case,
there is a distinction in standards, because there's a value distinction. The value distinction is that.
I disagree with you.
Well, okay, you don't even know what I'm going to say. Why would you disagree with me?
You think there's a value distinction between men and women?
You don't think there is?
I think that they're different. I don't think that they're valued differently.
No?
No.
Okay, so then you would say that they prefer the exact same things?
No.
Okay, so then there's value differences.
No. Okay, they value different things, but they themselves are valued the same.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about their intrinsic quality or rights yet.
Okay.
I'm talking about the things that they value
yes,
are
they
different.
Value different things.
So if men are valuing, for instance, physical beauty standards, youth for children, things like this, they don't really give a shit about women's income. Women, on the other hand, do care a lot about men's income. So if men are giving the advice to focus on gaining a lot more income if they wanted to have a good, stable relationship and have a woman stay at home, take care of their kids, that really is good advice. For women, them having a skill, long-term skill, and wasting their youthful years doesn't seem to me to be great advice.
Yeah, when you're a woman, I think maybe you'd understand. But if you waste your entire time...
No, if you were a man, I think you'd understand.
Probably. But if you waste your entire time... trying to please men your whole life, you do waste yourself away.
That's not what I said, though.
That's what she's saying. She's
no, that's
saying,
not what
don't
she's
waste
saying.
your time on boys. Find a hobby. Develop something interesting. Because if you're obsessed with boys and that is your hobby, you're going to have a problem.
Okay, women have X amount of years where they have strong fertility, and that's in their 20s.
Okay.
That's their strongest years for fertility.
Okay.
So if they're busy out developing a skill and not wasting any time on boys in their 20s...
You're misunderstanding what she's saying.
I'm not misunderstanding what she's saying.
Yes, you are, because you're not a girl.
Well, then let's steer
When she's saying don't waste your time on boys, she means literally don't make your entire world revolve around boys. She doesn't mean...
No, you're just setting that in. That's not what she said.
Yes, she doesn't mean never ever talk to a boy. She's literally dating somebody. She has a boyfriend.
So?
She's saying work on yourself.
She's literally just saying,
she's work on yourself instead.
Don't drain yourself on boys.
No,
find a hobby, find something else that you like.
I think what you're doing
don't make your world revolve around
you're not
men.
taking what she actually said. You're just mapping what you want, what you want it to sound like.
She's literally dating a man right now.
But just like with almost everything I say to you,
wanting to interpret
just like
it
everything I say to you, you reinterpret it to say something I didn't say. That's what's happening here.
You did that before with the other girl. You said, oh, she left because she only wanted money and she only wanted this. You made so many assumptions, and then here you're doing the exact same thing.
I challenged them.
No, here you're doing I literally
she needs therapy. That's a presupposition,
lady. Does she
lady.
not have issues? Can you not agree with me?
but
you agree
the
with
whys,
me that she has issues.
the whys are what
matters.
She could have the issue from the therapist.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
The point
She just
is
needs a better therapist.
The point is we agree that she has an internal issue. It's not about the money and you're just assuming. In this case, you're also assuming that she means never, ever, ever talk to a man when that's not what she's saying.
That's
and
what
as
she
a girl,
said.
Two separate
Yeah,
points
as a girl,
here.
it's very obvious to know what she means because there are a lot of girls
Because you
who
made
do
it the
get
fuck
boy
up?
crazy.
You just
guys
map
are
what
like
you want
No,
onto
because
it?
girls actually go boy crazy and they actually do revolve their
What, like-
entire lives around men.
What does that have to do with what she actually said
Because she's
versus what you
literally
are
trying to
mapping on to what she said
She
because you
said-
want her to have said that?
She has a boyfriend.
So what?
Okay, we got one
We're
of our
going around in
opinions.
circles.
Let's
We're
go.
going
You
around in
guys are going
circles.
circles.
She
has a
obviously
boyfriend?
has a girlfriend. Stop. She has a boyfriend. I get that. I get your point that I can see most likely
Did they break
what
up?
she meant was, hey, don't waste your time on boys, really focus on yourself. But I get what you're saying in the sense that for me, when I went
Yeah,
to
they broke
college,
up.
I went to college to get a degree, but I also went to college
No
to find my
boyfriend.
husband. I was looking
matter
for
anymore.
a man. Are you for
Wait,
real?
why is he getting scolded for side conversation?
What?
I would
isn't he
love to
getting
hear
missed?
your point.
Everyone gets
'cause I
yelled at
think
for
you had a
side
really good
conversations,
point.
but she was
So I
talking
would
about
love
there
to
was a
continue
side
hearing
conversation.
that.
Directing out of the side to him. Sorry.
My point was, I
Just
agree with
allow
you in
me.
the sense.
Look. You've just gone. Your interruption is now greater than his minor sidebar. I don't always catch every single sidebar that's going to occur, but now I'm having to respond to you because you've just totally interrupted the entire thing. Let me host, okay? If I miss a sidebar, blame it
How
on
does your
me.
husband feel about that?
What?
How does your wife feel about it?
She's not married.
I'm not married.
Go ahead.
She is.
Go ahead.
To a man.
I went to college to obviously to get a degree, but I also had a goal to find myself a husband. I agree with you that women have prime years where we are to find a husband, to have children. And I think it's sad that in today's society, women are focusing more on themselves. It's a very me-centric society right now. I disagree. And in turn, they're going into the workforce and they're not having children.
That's
and
true.
they're not getting married.
I
And I
think
think that's a really sad place
I
to
think
be.
the reason for that, the reason why giving women rights makes them decide to be more independent and not want to marry in order to participate in society is because they aren't happy in their marriages, because men are used to acting, no offense, like you, respectfully, and
Like you.
yeah, that's fair. Respectfully.
You should have said dick, 'cause
And
he just called you a bitch.
no, that's fine. I don't care. I don't need this throwback. But just they act in ways where it's like the woman must submit, the woman must live for me, and unfortunately, women are people too. For you, it's unfortunate, and we don't necessarily
Straw
want to
man.
live
Every
just
time.
for a man. We want to live for ourselves as well. And if a man can't understand that, then we don't want to be married to them. And there are a lot of men who cannot understand that. So a lot of women no longer want to. Why should we try? Why should we waste our lives away for a man to just be like, good, stay at home, do this, let me not respect you, let me act like I'm doing you a favor.
Hang on, that's not the right kind of man. You're not finding the right kind of man.
But there's a lot of men like
There
that.
are, and so you
He's
got to
one of
seed
them.
them out. You got to look for the right kind of man. Because I'm telling you, the man that I am married to loves and respects
100%.
me. And I feel like
I
women
agree.
are. I do think women put men down way too often.
I think it goes both ways.
So,
Yes,
so,
absolutely. It absolutely does.
so moving back to this, let's test this and see if this is correct. You think that women are staying away from men and trying to go towards relationship because men are just big meanie heads?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you said, right?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
mean, if you want to make it sound stupid, go
Can
ahead.
you
That's what I
can
said.
you explain though why you think that?
If women were happy in their marriages, then giving them the right to participate in society without marriage
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have an impact on marriage. But it does, because they don't like it.
They don't like being married.
Because they're not being treated well in marriage, right?
Oh.
You have.
What about the incentives that they have
Kendall
to get
right
divorced?
here, she's very happy in her marriage because her husband treats her nicely.
What about the incentives they have to
respect
get
each other.
divorced, though? They have
probably
incentives to get
empowers her
divorced.
business.
Yeah, but if you actually like your partner, you're not going to want to get divorced,
Yeah,
right? I'm sure
if you
Kendall
have
also
incentives,
has an
you may.
incentive. No, Kendall is not going to divorce her husband just for the money. She likes her husband.
Yeah, so what? Kendall's not
Thank you.
every woman.
Do you
when you talk about
Can you please understand?
incentivizations, when you talk about incentivizations back the other direction,
he was having
what
sex
you're
and
saying is there's no possibility that there could be incentivizations the other direction, which could convince a woman to leave her husband. That's what you're saying.
If she doesn't like him, yeah, there are a lot of incentives. But if he's treating her perfectly well and she is perfectly healthy as an individual as well, then there should be no problem. She
So-
would have no reason to leave.
So hang
Why
on.
would Kendall leave
Got
a
it.
perfectly
I understand
happy
what you're
marriage?
saying. I just want to grant it. I want to make sure I'm not straw manning you, so I'm going to steel man it
Okay.
back to you. If a woman's happy in her marriage, even if there's incentives, she's going to stay. Or the problem is either that she's actually miserable because of the way he's treating her, or there's something wrong with her.
Correct.
Then the logical extension of this would be then that you actually believe that women are initiating most marriages because there's nothing wrong with them, but because it's men's fault.
No, I think a lot of women get married too soon.
So it's their fault?
I don't think,
think
women
it's
get
both.
married soon enough.
It's both?
Yeah.
Then
it is
why,
both.
if it's
Why is it
both,
only
then how
gonna be
come
one
men aren't
person?
initiating those divorces as much as women?
They do as well.
They don't.
They do sometimes.
Sometimes,
But, they don't. I
but why
actually
aren't
have a
they as
friend-
much as
For the
men?
I have a
record,
friend
wait,
with this
wait,
because they lose money.
pause. Okay,
It makes
for the
sense
record,
for them not
wait,
to want to
wait
initiate
one
a
second.
divorce.
Well, please, wait one
Because
second.
they actually lose money.
Women
Hold on.
really love to romanticize love. On the flip side, men are very logical thinkers and they're okay with going with the problems. When there's a problem after problem, most times women are like, I'm out, I'm done. It's because of this. We want to get married because we want the big wedding. We want this idea of love instead of actually knowing what love is. So
I
I
agree.
think to go along, someone had said that people are getting married too young. I think someone said that.
said that.
I think you said that, Lindsay.
did not.
I
Oh,
said
okay.
that.
Oh, you said that. Are getting married too young. I think I have a lot of friends that are married, and in my opinion, I think they are too young. But I think that because I see all these people that get married young and then they get divorced, but it's because they haven't found themselves. So I think if we taught
I
our
agree.
children to learn how to be how to be themselves and how to actually find who they are inside, we could promote us actually getting married early.